That's a blue.
That's on.
So now here's the audio.
We welcome everyone here today. Pemberton Sports Oval prelim final. Sutherland's playing at home today, making the finals for the first time in a couple of years. Terrific win in the first semi-final against Bridgetown. Hadn't beaten Bridgetown all year in the qualifying rounds. Every game was under a couple of goals, but got over the line by near 3 goals. So they'll give themselves every confidence moving into today's game. And Kojonup, after dominating D-Mill last week in the first half, went down by 9 points in the end, courtesy of a few late goals towards the end of the game. So they'll be looking to redeem themselves after finishing on top of the ladder by a couple of games. A long trip for them. Kojonup down to Pemberton Oval. So big inclusion for me today is a couple of solid matchups. So Harry Taylor was on fire in that first half last week, but he'll be matched up by Tommy Collins, terrific player. worked his way back into the league side in the last few weeks. Jordan's drawn very quiet in the second half a few weeks ago when Southerners got over the line against Steamville in the last qualifying game of the year by a point. So I'll be looking for a big game for him. And at the other end, the youngster in Callan Sprigg, real focal point up there. Beautiful left foot kick of the footy. Be looking to get his hands on the ball. Slightly different conditions to last week. Nice and fine last week, but it's that time of year when you just don't know what you're going to get. Had a lot of rain down here, so Oval's holding up really well so far. 2 games in the Colts. Steamville got over the line, so they have 3 clubs, 3 teams in the grand final next week. 7 goals, 4-46. Defeated Tigers. They were looking to go 4 in a row, the Tigers Footy Club in the Colts age group, but they went down 2 goals, 10-22. So 7 goals, 4-46. Steamville, 2 goals, 10-22 Tigers. And in the reserves, a very tight game at half time, but Bridgetown ran over the line using all their experience. 6 goals, 8-40 to 2 goals, 9-21. So they find themselves back in a grand final. They'll come up against Steamville next week in the reserves competition. And they only went down by 4 points in the second semi-final. So should welcome back Hugh Mitchell next week. Been out the first couple of finals. It might have been the birth of one of his children or his first child. So terrific player coming back from a knee injury. So he'll be a welcome inclusion into the Bridgetown reserve side next week. Well, this game today, a couple of late outs. So last week, Kyle Smith come in off the bench and it was terrific. Picked up a lot of the footy, but he finds himself out today. Hugh Hassel, real strongly built character, played a terrific game against Boyup Brook towards the end of the qualifying season. So these conditions will suit him. And Todd Gibbons comes in as well. So still a very strong side. And for Southerners, Nick Cesaro is out and Taj Barnsby comes in. So basically unchanged from the first semi-final. Umpires for today. In the central umpires, we've got Tristan Mead, Matt Dodson and Ryan Tyndale. And in the goals, we have Remo Pisotto and Jeffrey DeCampo. So all the best to them today. As Kojonup have won the toss in the middle of the ground. Matt Marinoni, the skipper for the Cougars. And he'll kick towards the hall end or the clubroom end. With a slight breeze, probably worth 1 or 2. So I'll look to get a score on the board early. And Southerners will kick to the southern end or towards Northlift for those local people. I'd like to thank our broadcast partners in Taliesin Lithium, Triple M Rocks Footy. Happy Father's Day to all those partners out there today. It's a big day for them. And a couple of shout-outs, firstly, Auntie Shirley turned 80 last week. I forgot to mention her, but happy 80th birthday to her. And to Tony Janelle and Lola Beth, they said to give them a shout-out. So I hope they hear this and there's no problems for mentioning their name on the stream today. So a really interesting game of footy. Right above the Southerners bench here. It's Hamish Omaday, Taj Barnsby. Make their way to the bench. Terrific players. And a loyal Collingwood supporter and Southerners supporter in Cole Fexton, trying to keep his players up and about. It'll be interesting to see how Kojonup set up today. They do have the firepower up forward. But Southerners do have the leg speed. The Kabassi boys, Lachlan Hughes has been terrific coming into the league side, as well as Riley Gill. Plays really good footy. Tayton Smith, another up-and-coming youngster. And in the middle of the ground, the best under 21 are judged in the senior competition, Tyson Jacob. Big, tall, strapping young fella. Well, he'll lead the ruck for Southerners today. We're just about underway here. Ball in the middle. Jacob wins the first ruck knockdown, comes to the skipper in Thompson. He's wrapped up straight away. Umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Up they go again, posed to Ashton. This time Ashton wins it down. Jacob roves his own ball, gets pushed over in the process, comes back out to Ashton. Ball in dispute. Be thrown up once again as Alex Kabassi gives the ball back to the umpire. Jacob misjudges his leap. Ashton wins it down, comes towards Gibbons. Out towards Omaday. That's Jack. Terrific game. When Southerners got over the line by a point a couple of weeks ago against their more fancied opponents in Deanmill. So forth, throw up in the middle of the ground, comes to Ashton, tries to get his foot on the ball, back over to Gibbons. One out by Monet, just chucks it on the boot. And Southerners get the first clearance of the game. Pushed out of the way there by Alex Kabassi. Tries to get it over to Hughes. Finds a bit of space. He's wrapped up by Jamie Marinoni. Handball out towards McRae. In comes Thompson, the skipper. O'Shea's there for Kojonup. Ben Dotty as well for Southerners. The ball will be thrown up. 2 kicks out from Southerners' goal. Right in front of the Kojonup interchange box. Ashton soccers it off the ground towards Ben Dotty. Could have been free kick paid. Not paid over to Matthew Marinoni. It's seen over the boundary line by Kabassi. And be thrown in. Still 2 kicks out from Southerners' goal. Jacob gets front position, tries to take clean possession. It comes down to Thompson, just chucks it onto his boot. Ball in front of McRae, missed overhead marks. He's going to be tough today. Back over to Givens, gives it out to Van Verhoosten. Has a player running for him in Tonkin. Bypasses him, looks further forward towards Taylor. In they come. Ball spills out. Free kick's paid. And it's going to go the way of Kyron Hayden for Kojonup. And he'll put them inside 50 for the first time today. Goes short and wide looking for Tonkin. He's been paid the mark close to the ground. Still outside 50. Tonkin takes the mark. Playing as a forward. Goes looking for Blakers. In front of him comes Collins, the seasoned veteran. Now they get it out. Comes towards O'Shea. He's got Gibbons there if he needs him. It spills out to Ben Dotty. Just chucks it onto his boot. Front position is Hughes. Could have been pushed in the back there by Pethick. Picks it up off the ground as Hughes. Jamie Marinoni's there. In comes O'Shea and Fox for Southerners. Umpire lets it go on here. Ball's still in dispute. Fox wraps up Marinoni. This time he comes in and will throw the ball up. Just outside 50. Terrific effort there by Collins down back with the spoil. We've seen that many a time. Kabassi tries to throw it onto his boot. He's been adjudged the throw. Unlucky there, and Gibbons wins the free kick for the Cougars. He's going to drive the ball long, looking for Blakers. He's got Collins for company. Once again, gets the spoil down. Comes back to Blakers. In it's Kabassi. That's Daniel Kabassi. Comes out to Ben Dotty. Could have been tackled without it. Ball in dispute, middle of the ground. Hayden tries to get a small handball over to O'Shea. In they come once again. Fox is there. Pushed out of the way by Hayden. In comes Thompson. Back handball over to Alex Kabassi, and he drives the ball forward. They have the numbers here. Kojonup, Marinoni. Handball back out to Abbott. He finds Van Verhoosen on the far side of the ground. Goes down the wing looking for Hayden. Pops it into space. Has time to pick it up. Will it sit for him? Tries to get the handball over. Now Southerners have the numbers. One of them is Kabassi. And that's Daniel. And he sees the ball out of bounds. So no score. Couple of minutes into this first term. Both teams feeling each other out here. Ball's thrown in. This time Ashton gets front position. Wins the ball down. Comes in. Wraps Kabassi up. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. 70 metres out from Kojonup's goal. Jacob reaches over the top. These big long arms comes to Van Verhoosen. Over to Kabassi. Free kick's been paid, and that will go the way of Alex Kabassi on the far side of the ground with a terrific tackle. Worm-like looking pass. But in front is Abbott, the coach of the Cougars, and he takes the mark, centre wing. Played most of his career as a forward, Abbott. Pushed down back due to Harry Taylor being their focal point up forward. Numbers there. Fox gets it down. Comes straight elusive, straight up and down towards Blakers. In comes Collins once again. Gets a handball back. Took his time and gets the kick away. Goes in the middle of the ground to find Ben Dotty. Had Thompson running past. Beautiful handball. Now they go forward looking for Sprigg. Abbott's there. They have the numbers. Terrific tackle there by Sprigg. Over to Cook. He's under pressure from McRae. Umpire lets the play go on, and a free kick's been paid for a throw. And Ben Kabassi will take the free kick. Right on 50. Still too far out to score. Prominent early, the Kabassis, all three of them. Has Alex short if he wants him. He's going to have a deliberate shot on goal. 50 metres out, directly in front. Runs around the man on the mark. Gets plenty of purchase on it. Has it got the distance? It's got the distance. And the opening goal goes away to the home side, Southerners. Beautiful kick there from Ben Kabassi. And they're on the board. 1 goal straight. And Kojonup yet to score. He knew what he was doing, Ben Kabassi. A long-range shot on goal. Pack move forward. Shepherd down in the goal square. Bounced on the goal line and went through for a goal. So Southerners get the opening score of this match. The prelim final. Spot in the grand final up for grabs here. 1 goal neat. Kojonup yet to score. And Tommy Collins has been terrific so far. Mitch Blake is in for a tough day today. The ball's back in the middle of the ground. Jacob wins it down towards Hughes, who's moved into the middle. Seaton Thompson there. In comes Hughes, wraps up Ashton. And the ball, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up once again. Ashton tries to use his size, but over the top comes Jacob. Ben Kabassi's in there, the goal kicker so far. Umpire comes in, will throw the ball up once again. This time Jacob jumps too early, but it comes over to Hughes. Handball back over, finds Hayden. Soccer off the ground. Hassle's there, tries to use his ample frame. It comes out to Hughes. Weasel for Kojonup's there. Comes out to Kabassi. Could have been taken high. Kick there from Seaton Thompson in front of Fox. And Trent Fox, playing in front, receives a free kick. Has Sprigg leading for him. Goes down in that direction. He's got Crook for company. Over the top comes Crook. Marinoni loads the ball, puts it out in front of Van Verhoosen, far side of the ground. In come Tatum Smith, but Van Verhoosen gets it on with ease. And the kick misses its target in Weasel, and Jack Omaday takes the mark. Goes back to where it come from, looking for the big frame of Fox. Couldn't take the mark. The ball spills out. Comes to Matthew Marinoni, the skipper. He's pursued there by Alex Kabassi. Straight up and down, this one goes. Ridley comes in. Tonkins there as well. Now Southerners have the numbers. Out to Smith. And the ball goes out of bounds. Centre wing. Far side of the ground. 1 goal straight. Southerners. Kojonup yet to score. Only been inside 50 once. A terrific kick by Ben Kabassi. Matthew Marinoni takes a free kick. Ball spills out the back. Taylor's there. Kick 4 last week. In comes Omaday. Slips over at the inopportune time, but recovers well. Over to Thompson. And they're out once again through Omaday. Misses his target. Tries to get the ball back. Now they have the numbers. Ridley just trying to be a little bit too cute inside 50. Throws out to Ben Gotti. Now Hassle's there. He gets it out to Matthew Marinoni. Chucks it onto his left boot. Tonkin in front position. Could have been paid the free kick. Soccer off the ground there by Jasper. Now Southerners have the numbers. One of them is Ben Gotti. Sam McRae runs past for Southerners. Thompson's there. Gets around his player. Goes down through the wing. Looking for Kabassi. Works his way in front. Tries to get the handball back to McRae. Socket off the ground. Lands in the arms of Hassle. He just chucks it onto his boot. In front is Taylor. Beautiful bounce by Taylor. Wheels around onto his left boot. Chucks it to the top of the square. Lucev's there. Omaday's with him. Lucev gets pushed over by Omaday. Well done there by the Southerners defence. And they're out once again. It's Smith. He's got time to assess the situation. And he finds Hughes just outside defensive 50. Terrific effort there by Will Omaday. Hughes comes in the middle of the ground and finds Jack Omaday just inside the centre square. He's got players running for him. One of them is Ben Dotty, and he takes a terrific mark. Player running past him there in Mutter. Kick misses the target. Now it's going to come back with interest as Tonkin takes a mark in the middle of the ground. But he misses his target in Lucev, and it lands on the chest of Will Omaday. Play between the halfbacks at the moment. Only score so far in this opening quarter. Smith goes wide on the far side of the ground. Over the top comes Van Verhoosten. Out the back is Jamie Marinoni. He'll go short and he'll find Taylor. Still 2.5 kicks out from his goal. He's going to come inboard looking for Lucev. Has some run on Jasper. Takes a terrific mark in front of his eyes. Still outside 50. He's going to go short looking for Blakers. But the tall frame of Fox puts his arms up and takes a terrific defensive mark. 30 metres out from his defensive goal. Being called to play on now. It's got to go long. Long and wide, looking there for Smith. Hassel comes in front of him and knocks the ball out of bounds. And we're throwing in 70 metres out from goal. About halfway through this first quarter, 1 goal straight to Southerners. Terrific kick by Ben Kabassi, and Kojonup yet to score. The ball will be thrown up this time. Comes Mutter, wins the ball down. Ball gets driven in front of Sam McRae, passes him. Jamie Marinoni picks it up, over to Van Verhoosen, gets onto his left boot. Omade gets pushed out of the way from Taylor, but the boundary line wins. And be thrown in right on 50. Kojonup's end as they look to get their opening score of this first quarter. Mutter goes up. He's got Jackson for company. No one wins the ball down to any player. Hayden's in there. Tries to get the handball out to Taylor. Now Kabassi's there. Handball's over to Jack Omade. Kick misses its target in Bellotti. Cut off there by Peffick. In comes Hughes. Fine young player Hughes. Peffick's in there once again. Mutter's there, the ruckman. Right, it's Omade. Hamish just come onto the field, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Right on forward 50 for the Cougars. Fox now in the ruck, wins the ball down, comes to Marinoni, handball out to Hassel, gets around his opponent with ease, chucks the ball in, goes past Omade and Weasel. In comes the veteran in Thomas Collins, gets a handball up to Omade. Now it's a foot race. They have the numbers. One of them is Marinoni. In comes Omade with a terrific tackle. Handball's over to Peffick. Goes into a tricky spot. But who's there? The veteran Collins. And he takes a mark. Handball's over to Smith. Comes wide. And a beautiful kick finds Will Omade right on defensive 50. He'll come in board and find Kabassi. Runs in front of him. Goes down the wing. Looking for Jack Omade. In front of him is the skipper and Matthew Marinoni. And he takes a mark. Tries to go long. It's just gone straight up and down. Smith misses it. Picks it up now. Just drives it on the boot. Goes to Bellotti this time. Gets the handball over to Bellotti. He misses it. In comes the big Fox. Goes to Sam Jackson. Shot on goal from Jackson. One step, Sam Jackson. Scores a level. Sam Jackson puts the first score on the board for Kojonup. 15 minutes into this first quarter. Couple of let-offs there. So the only boys got involved. And Sam Jackson has moved into the ruck from one step, 40 metres out, made no mistake. So a couple of terrific goals early stages of this prelim final. One to Ben Kabassi, and then Jackson has got the reply. Now he's back in the ruck. Jacob wins the ball down to Seaton Thompson. He slips over. In comes Hamish Omade. Tries to pick it up off the ground. Handball back out to Kabassi. Over to Jack Omade. Chucks it onto his left boot. The numbers. Hamish Omade sockers it off the ground. Over the back there towards Tonkin. Blakers is there. Kabassi's there. Van Verhoosen being solid on that wing. Gets onto his left boot. All he's done is hit Daniel Kabassi. He tries to go cute, and it's been cut off by Jamie Marinoni. Comes in board and finds Hassel. Has players through the middle of the ground. Misses his target. Tonkin's first onto it. He's outnumbered. In comes Hughes. Handball over to O'Shea. But the tackle from Hughes is good enough. Tonkin threw the ball, and Lachlan Hughes wins the free kick right in centre square. He'll go short and finds Ridley. Ridley now goes long, but he's missed. Kicked his target, and Jamie Marinoni cuts it off. Plays on straight away. Taylor has some space. In comes Collins. Socket off the ground by Taylor. Straight to Marinoni, and it's 2 in a row to the Cougars. Miss kick in the middle of the ground. And Harry Taylor used all of his experience. Socket off the ground, and Marinoni was on his own. Collins had to commit, but Taylor done enough. So back-to-back goals for the Cougars. 2 goals straight they are now. 6-point lead as we push into quarter time. With Southerners 1 goal straight. So terrific tackle in the middle of the ground, then a turnover. A play on at all costs the Cougars. Found some loose players, and Marinoni finishes off from the goal square. Ball in the middle of the ground. Comes to Alex Kabassi. Gets around a couple. Out to Hassel. Tries to get the handball over to O'Shea. Socket off the ground towards Jackson. Now Jamie Marinoni's there, finding some space. He'll go inside looking for Harry Taylor. Tries to get his opponent out of the way. Soccer's off the ground once again. Will Amade's there. They have the numbers. Socket off the ground towards Matthew Marinoni. Wrapped up by Collins. Unlucky there, Tom Collins. Terrific tackle. Marinoni gets a free kick. He goes in short. Looking for Luciv. Terrific spoil by Jasper. Back to Ridley. Tries to be a little bit too cute. He's been tackled high in the process by Luciv. So a let off there for Southerners. And Jay Ridley takes a relieving kick. Inside 50. Now it's smothered by Luciv. In he comes again. Jasper's there for help. Puts it on the far side of the ground. In front of Seaton Thompson. And Jamie Marinoni comes over in front and spoils the ball out of bounds. 50 metres out from Kojonup's goal. And they've kicked the last 2 goals to take a 6-point lead. This time Jacob wins it down to Alex Kabassi. Look down the line for Mutta, but it's gone out of bounds on the full. And Kojonup will bring the ball in once again, courtesy of Jamie Marinoni. Plenty of the ball. Jamie Marinoni in this first quarter goes short and finds Tonkin. Clancy Tonkin plays on around the man on the mark. No pressure. Puts it into a nest of Southerners players. Comes over the back from Jacobs. Over towards Tate Smith. Misses his target. Over to Hassel, who's been good. Handball back out to Bellotti. Sells a little bit of candy. He'll have a deliberate shot on goal. Bellotti! Little bit of candy from Bellotti at 50. The 3 in a row to the Cougars. A terrific.
Real step forward for Bellotti. And he made no mistake.
Cougars now move to 3 goals straight. And Southerners with the opening goal of the game. A 1 goal needs. A 12-point lead to Kojonup. Just about moving to time on in the first quarter. The ball back in the middle of the ground. Jacob, this time Ashton's in there. Jacob gets it down to Alex Kabassi. Chucks it onto his boot. Playing in front is Tonkin. That's Charlie Tonkin. Takes a terrific chest mark. Goes wide and finds O'Shea. He'll go wider once again. Looking for Ashton. Oh, he's up and down on the same spot as big Brad Ashton. Gets Jacob out of the way. Uses his big frame. Then he finds some space. Goes short looking for Weasel. Weasel drops the mark. He's got Jack Omadei for company. Weasel picks it up. Drives it long. Jasper nearly takes the mark. Collins is there. He's been terrific in this first quarter. Gets it over to Kabassi. He goes wide and finds Jacob. Far side of the ground. Outside defensive 50. Jacob goes long. Missed his target. It's cut off there by Abbott. Comes into the middle of the ground looking for Luciv. He's got 2 or 3 metres on his opponent in Jasper. Takes the mark right on 50. Has players running past him. One of them is Blakers. Blakers goes short. Looking for Matthew Marinoni. Matthew Marinoni takes the mark. And he'll have a shot on goal. 45 metres out. Tight angle. And this for 4 in a row to the Cougars. They've woken up now. Couldn't get inside 50 early stages of this quarter. The skipper push forward, looking for his setter. Right behind this one, in he comes now. It's a good looking kick on goal. Just fades late and goes through for a minor score. 3 goals won, 19. 1 goal straight, 6 Southerners. 13 points the margin. 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. The ball will be brought back in by Tommy Collins. Been terrific down there. Plays on now, runs out of the square, goes long, right in front of the commentary box. Over comes Mutta, wrapped up by Marinoni. Matthew Handball over to Kyron Hayden, but he's wrapped up by the youngster in Hughes. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Half forward line, Kojonup's end. This time Jacob wins it down towards O'Shea. Over to Kabassi. Thompson's there. Big Ashton's there. The ruckman gets a handball out. Jasper's there, just chucks it onto his boot for Southerners. Goes into a tricky spot. McRae nearly takes the mark. Goes towards Hayden. McRae's there. Wrapped up by Hayden. Umpire will come and throw the ball up. Right on centre wing, right near the interchange boxes. Socket off the ground towards Pethick. Under pressure from Hughes towards Tonkin, but it's picked up by Ridley. Puts it into open space. First one there is Jamie Marinoni. Picks it up with ease. Drives the ball long, looking for his brother. Over the top comes Jasper. They have the numbers. Barnsby gets it back out to Jasper, and it goes back to where it come from, but it goes right towards Abbott. Misses one he should have taken. Now puts Thompson in best position. He misses it. Over to Hassel for the Cougars. Handball out to Ashton. Oh, terrific tackle by Sam McRae as Ashton was about to kick the footy, and he wins the free kick. Has Smith wide for him. He takes the mark. They have the numbers back here, Kojonup. One of them, Bellotti and Abbott, has to go short. Looks for his skipper. And he takes the mark in front of Hassel. Puts himself under pressure. Sells a little bit of candy. Then falls over just as he's about to kick it. Ashton's there. Mutter's there. Jamie Marinoni, who's had a terrific first quarter, playing for the free kick. In comes Fox. So does Smith. Wraps up Bellotti. And right in front of the change box, the umpire will throw the ball up. 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Over the top comes Fox. Seaton Thompson, the skipper for Southerners, tackle without the ball, and he'll win the free kick. What a pick-up this bloke's been. Seaton Thompson, terrific player. Goes short, in the way is Hassel. Looking there for Kabassi, and Hassel takes the mark. So the ample frame, a few Hassel. He'll go long to where it come from. Looking there for Ashton, but in front is that man once again, the skipper in Seaton Thompson, and he takes the overhead mark. Has Kabassi short, has a player in the middle of the ground. Goes long now as the wind picks up. Kabassi gets O'Shea out of the way with ease, and Alex Kabassi takes the mark. Still 2 kicks out from goal, Southerners. Beautiful kick of the footy. Looks there for Sprigg. In front is Abbott. A free kick just on 50. So coach to coach. Kabassi for Southerners. Abbott for the Cougars. He'll go short, and he'll find Pethick right on defensive 50. Has players leading for him. One of them is Tonkin. Heads that way. Southerners have the numbers. Goes through the hand of Smith. Lands in the arms of Harry Taylor. Collins v Matthew Marinoni. A couple of brilliant players there. They see the ball out of bounds. Centre wing right at the interchange box. 13 points the margin. 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Fox this time in the ruck, opposed to Jackson. Jackson wins it down towards O'Shea. Just socks it off the ground. Mark there to Gibbons. Plays on straight away. Barnsby's there. Weasel's there. Brilliant pick up off the ground. Gets over to Hayden. Can give it back. Taps it up. Could have been a throw. Umpire sees it that way. And Tayton Smith takes the relieving free kick. Deep inside defensive 50. And 2 minutes to go. Plays on now. Goes to the far side of the ground. Looking there for Fox. In front of him is Hayden. Could have been tackled without it. Jamie Marinoni's there. In they come. Fox wraps it up with Marinoni. Umpire will throw the ball up. Right on 50. 1 minute to go in this first quarter. 13 points the margin. Ruck knock comes down to Alex Kabassi. Picked up by Bellotti. Handball over to Pethick. 3 outnumbered, 3-1. Southerners have the numbers. Brilliant pick up there by Thompson. Over to Alex Kabassi. He gets a kick over to McRae. McRae will go wide looking for Mutter. Misses his target. And the ball goes out of bounds. Still 3 kicks out. Southerners goal. nearly at quarter time, prelim final, with Kojonup with the last 3 goals of this first quarter, taking a 13-point lead.
Now at quarter time.
Ball's thrown in, Fox gets front position, favours him, could have taken clean possession, socked off the ground by Smith. In comes Hayden, tries to pick the ball up. He's got Smith the company. Blakers gets a handball over to Jackson. Jackson back out to O'Shea, puts it in front of Gibbons. Oh, nearly takes a terrific mark to Gibbons. Handball comes out towards Luca Davis.
Right in the middle of the ground. Alex Gibbons is there. Tackle by Lisa. Spears out with Gibbons. And he's wrapped up in the middle of the ground. Umpire once again
will come in and throw the ball up. So he must be close to quarter time. No, Ruckman wins it. Comes down to Kabassi, and that's quarter time. Prelim final. 13-point the lead. The Cougars. They kicked the last 3 goals of that quarter. Jackson, Marinoni and Bellotti, with Ben Kabassi kicking a long-range goal from 50 metres to open the scoring up. And at that stage, Kojonup hadn't scored at all. 3 goals won, 19, 1 goal straight, 6. A little bit of work to do here for the home side. They started strong. Jamie Marinoni's powerhouse across half back. Brilliant move to put Matthew Marinoni down forward to quell the influence of Tom Collins. But Southerners are getting their fair share of the footy. We'll come back for the second quarter. So moving to quarter time. 3 goals, 1-19. Kojonup looking to book their spot in the grand final. And 1 goal straight, 6, the home side. 13 points to margin. Welcome back to Pemberton Sports Oval. As Cougars go into the second quarter holding a 13-point lead. Kicked the last 3 goals of that first quarter. Jackson, Matthew Marinoni and Ryan Bellotti. Jackson off 1 step from 45 and Bellotti sold a little bit of candy. And from 40 metres he made no mistake. And a clever soccer off the ground by Harry Taylor found Matthew Marinoni in the goal square. That's after Ben Kabassi kicked a terrific goal from 50. Get the opening score of the game. And at that stage, and for probably about 10 minutes, Southerners held the lead. They started the second quarter. They need the first goal here, Southerners. They've had a fair share of the footy. Set disposals letting them down a bit. Jacob wins it down. It comes straight back to him. He's wrapped up by Blakers. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up once again. This time Jacob gets a clean tap away. O'Shea's there. Head over the ball. Comes to Alex Kabassi. Puts it in front of Sprigg. But Jamie Marinoni's there. Holds his feet. Had Crook for company. Handball back out to Bellotti. He misses what he should have taken. In comes O'Shea. Wrapped up by Sprigg and Hughes. 2 super youngsters for the Southerners footy team. And the ball will be thrown up right on half forward. Jacob gets Ashton out of the way. Gets it over to Kabassi, over to McRae, backs to Alex Kabassi, goes onto his left boot, looking for Fox, comes over to Kabassi, over to Sprigg, Hughes falls over, back to Sprigg, he'll get on his left boot, oh, it's come back beautifully for Sprigg! Not the natural pocket for a left footer, snap on goal from 30, and Callum Sprigg gets the opening goal of the second quarter. Beautiful snap from the boundary line. Hughes received the ball and then fell over, but had the numbers there. Handball back out to Sprigg, and he made no mistake. Margin now 7 points. Terrific work there. Great kick from Alex Kabassi. Just put in a real tricky situation for the Kojonup defence. And Southerners had the numbers back in the middle of the ground. No ruckman wins it out. Comes towards Marinoni. It's kicked off, hacked out of there by Lachlan O'Shea towards Collins. First on the scene is Blakers, gets onto his left boot, puts it down inside 50. Lucev's there. Now the ball's right at the top of the goal square. Across comes Hamish Omaday. The ball goes out of bounds. This time 20 metres out from Kojonup's goal. A terrific snap by Sprigg. Terrific young player he's been. Good point up forward. Favours Tonkin, the throw-in. Comes towards Marinoni. He'll snap on his left boot. And that's gone through for a goal. So 2 terrific goals early in this second quarter. 1 apiece. And Kojonup get the instant reply. Margin out to 19 points. Didn't make the umpire move there. Matthew Marinoni found enough space to get the ball onto his left boot. And made no mistake, 25 metres out. So goal for goal, early stages of this second quarter. 2 goals straight, the home side. 4 goals won. The Cougars. Ball back in the middle. Jacob wins it down once again. Comes back to his opposing ruckman and Ashton. He couldn't get a handle on it. Alex Kabassi does. It goes straight up and down. And Van Verhoosen, running with the flight of the ball, takes the mark. He goes wide, looking for the skipper and Marinoni. Hamish Omaday's there. Couldn't get him, couldn't close him down. Weasel has a little bit of space. Has O'Shea for support. Just drives it onto his boot. In front is Ridley. Drops the mark. Recovers well. Could have been tackled high. Ridley. No, says the umpire. Had too much time. And Tonkin wins a free kick. A shot on goal from 40 metres out, slide angle. Looked high from here. Umpire didn't see it that way. And Clancy Tonkin comes in, kicks into the man on the mark. Could have been calmer, possibly. Ball's handball back out to Daniel Kabassi. He'll go wide, looking for McRae. Goes past him. Now Jamie Marinoni's there. Wraps up Marinoni. In comes Ashton, put the ball to ground, lucky there. Now it goes out of bounds, centre wing. The ball will be thrown in. Well done there by the youngster in McRae to hold Marinoni up. Ball's thrown in. Favours Jacob. Just takes clean possession. Then kicks into O'Shea. Probably hit him in the head. Comes to Marinoni. Matthew. Tackled by Kabassi. Working his way into the game. Gets it onto his boot. Just chucks it onto his boot. Over in front came Ben Kabassi, but the boundary line wins. Goes out of bounds. Free kick to be taken by Jamie Marinoni. So O'Shea copped one there, right in the face, soccer off the ground. Marinoni goes short, looking there for Tonkin. He drops the mark. In comes Van Verhoosen with a terrific pick-up, tackled by McRae as he kicked it, bounces over Gibbons. You wouldn't think the ball would bounce today. Smith's there, now it's socket off the ground. In comes Collins. Comes back to Collins. They're under pressure down there. Spills back out to Hayden. He'll have a shot on goal. Hayden. And Hayden puts through another one for the Cougars. Under pressure down forward. Kyron Hayden found himself in the right spot. And puts through the second goal for the Cougars in this second quarter. So back-to-back goals once again for Kojonup. That ball just had enough to roll through. Just getting that ball in real tricky spots. Chaos balls out front of goal. Putting Sudner's defence under pressure. Jacob wins it down towards Kabassi Alex. Gibbons is there. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up. This time Ashton wins it down for Kojonup. Comes back to his opposing ruckman in Jacob. And it's Groundhog Day. Centre of the ground. Umpire will throw the ball up once again. This time Ashton wins a clear knockdown. Comes to Gavassi. It's just going to land in the arms of Van Verhoosen and just chucks it onto his left boot. Taylor's there. Will Omaday's there. Could have been held without it. In comes Ridley. Handball over to Hamish Omaday. Handball puts Smith under pressure. In comes Omaday, misses the ball, back to Hayden. He's got Smith for company as well. In they come, Gibbons is there. And now the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Right on Kojonup's forward 50. 5 goals, 131. 2 goals straight. The home side. Opening goal of both quarters so far. Kojonup have the answers. Umpire's seen a free kick. And we'll go the way of Ridley for Sudners. He'll go wide, looking for Thompson. And Thompson takes the mark. Has a strong lead. One of them is Smith. Goes short and finds him. So he's just trying to maintain possession here. Has McRae short. Has to go long now. Looks for Kabassi and finds him. That's Daniel. Takes a terrific overhead mark. Goes down looking for Sprigg. Bounces out the back to Ben Kabassi. Tries to be cute there looking for Fox. Fox gets Abbott out of the way. It's Clark. Tries to get it back to Kabassi. Abbott falls over. He comes perfect. Could have been taken high. Was Kabassi. The let off there for Kojonup. That looked high from here. Umpire blindsided, ball will be thrown in. 15 metres out from Sudner's goal. Fox does the ruck work, comes towards Ben Dotty, tries to pick it up. In comes Hughes, Van Verhoosen, he's smothered. Omaday for Sudner's is there. Picks the ball up, does well, does Omaday, gets it over to Smith, over to Kabassi, drives the ball long. There's only Kojonup there, one of them is Clark. Stays in play for him. In comes Abbott, puts the shepherd on to Fox. Handball back to Abbott. Fox puts the pressure on, but Abbott gets around him and goes wide looking for Hayden. Kabassi's there. Hayden picks the ball up. In comes Kabassi. Has some support in O'Shea. Handball back to Van Verhoosen. Back to O'Shea. Alex Kabassi comes in. Affects the tackle. Ball spills out of bounds. And be thrown in 70 metres out from Sudner's goal. Well, let off there for Kojonup's defence. From here, that looked high on Ben Kabassi. He would have a shot on goal from 15 metres out. Thompson picks the ball up, spills out to Luciv. Could have been tackled without it. In comes Alex Kabassi. Ball in dispute.
Middle of the ground.
Umpire will come in and throw the ball up once again. 5 goals won to the Cougars. 2 goals straight. The home side Southerners. So they look to press and put some scoreboard pressure on. Jackson wins the ball down. In they come once again. Hassel and Thompson for Southerners. Ball to be thrown up. This time Jacob wins it down. Puts it towards Ben Dotty. Handball over to Jasper. Wheels around. Just chucks it onto his right boot and finds the ample chest of Hassel. He'll go wide looking for Weasel. Has Omaday there. Hamish for support. Weasel does well, but tackled by Hughes. He's just about to kick it. Ball socket off the ground. This will favour Gibbons for Kojonup. He'll soccer off the ground. Now they're outnumbered. Slipped over at the inopportune time was Ridley. And he won the free kick. Outnumbered 2-1. Goes wider, finds Omaday. Omaday goes wide and finds Thompson. Well done there by Ridley. Won the free kick, kicked his head over the ball, goes short and finds Hughes. So maintaining possession, that's Omaday. Omaday comes in to Jasper, misses his target. Now they're under pressure once again. Comes back to Jasper. Ball just chucked onto the boot. Overcomes Jacob. Handball out from Sprigg to Kabassi, and he finds Hughes. Still 2.5 kicks out from goal. What a player this bloke's going to be. Doesn't look out of place. Lachlan Hughes in the league. Drives the ball down looking for Fox. Carries him. And lands on the chest of Clark. Comes in board and finds Hayden. Being called to play on now. He'll go short and find Pethick. Lands in front of him. He's tackled as he kicks it. And he's tackled there by Alex Kabassi. And now it's 50. Pethick failed to give that ball back, and this will take Kabassi right to the goal line. And Alex Kabassi, the coach for Southerners, no one will stand the mark. He'll come in and he'll pop through another one for Southerners. Just what they needed. 2 goals each in this second quarter. As that kick from Hayden missed Pethick. Pethick failed to give the ball back. 50-metre penalty paid. And Alex Kabassi made no mistake. Margin down to 13 points again. 3 goals straight, Southerners. 5 goals won, 31 Kojonup. A rare skill error. And Southerners made him pay. Ball in the middle. This time it's Davis. Hassel's moved himself in there. Gets a handball to Jackson. Over to Matthew Marinoni. Chucks it down towards Taylor. It's the mark. Have the numbers. Are doing well. Could have been tackled without it. In they come now. Umpire will throw the ball up. Right on 50. Kojonup's end. Jackson wins front position. Comes down to Kabassi. Just chucks it onto his boot. Thompson's there. Tries to pick the ball up off the ground. Spills out towards McRae. Could have been pushed in the back. In they come. Marinoni's there. Kabassi's there. Holds his feet. Trying to hold the ball up. Centre wing far side. Does so. As Kojonup look to break loose. Umpire will come in and throw the ball up once again. Davis wins it down. Goes straight to Van Verhoosen. Just wheels onto his left boot. But they have the numbers back. And Southerners take the mark. Ball's been driven long. Fair purchase on that. Over the back was Pethick. Kabassi's there. Pethick comes in. Ball spills out of bounds. Ball to be thrown in. 70 metres out from Southerners' goal. 13 points the margin. Halfway through this second quarter. Terrific game of footy. Comes out to Smith. Wins control. Handballs over to Kabassi. Could have been taken high. Marinoni's there. Wrapped up by Kabassi. Ball to be thrown up once again. No Ruckman wins it down. Jamie Marinoni's there. Hassel's there. Kabassi. That was Daniel. Kick there by Ben. Spills out to Thompson, who's been terrific. Gets a handball over to Hughes. Puts it towards Sprigg. Sprigg has Crook. Over they come. Abbott's there. Here's Sprigg in his favoured pocket. Comes back to Abbott. Can't he do it? Can he do it again? No. Marinoni pushes it through for a minor score. 2 goals to 11. Ball's brought back into play by Marinoni. Fox drops what he should have taken. In comes Hayden. Allows Crook to pick up the ball. Smother comes to Kabassi. He'll handball out to Smith. Puts him under pressure. In comes Tonkin. Handball spills out. Jamie Marinoni's there. Terrific tackle by Alex Kabassi.
And the umpire see a free kick. Another lucky let-off ball for Kojonup.
Jamie Marinoni goes short and finds Hayden right on defensive 50.
In front of Smith. That's
Plays short.
Now he goes long.
Leaps up in the best position. Drops the mark, uncontested. Spills out to Weasel. Breaks the tackle. And then off the side of the boot, the ball goes out of bounds on the full. Be brought back in by Daniel Kabassi. Another goal here before half time. The Southerners are right in this game. A couple of unlucky tackles not rewarded, but they'll get plenty of opportunity. Kabassi brings it in, looks there for Seaton Thompson, gets a good bounce, clever kick, and he finds Fox. Still 2 kicks out from goal. Fox takes the mark, has plenty of space in the goal square. In the goal square, Trent, they call. He goes long, puts it towards Sprigg. Oh, the big flavor, Sprigg puts his hands up. And Callum Sprigg takes the mark. In front of Crook. Sprigg will go back for his second. 25 metres out, slight angle. Terrific overhead mark. Clever kick on the boundary line by Kabassi to find Fox. In comes Sprigg. Deliberate shot on goal from Sprigg. Made the umpire work. And it only goes through for a minor score. So 3 goals 2. Southerners, 5 goals 1. 31 Kojonup. Southerners with all the play in the last 4 or 5 minutes of this second quarter. Jamie Marinoni brings the ball back into play and he finds O'Shea. Still inside defensive 50. Tries to go short and cute. It spills out to Jasper. Kabassi out the back. Puts it towards Thompson. And he takes the mark 30 metres out. Can get it on quick to Sprigg. Geez, he's a different man, Thompson, when he takes that long sleeve off. A bit of a shot on goal. 35 metres out. 45-degree angle. It'll be a tough kick. Seaton Thompson, the skipper of Southerners. Deliberate shot on goal. And he comes now. He's got a fair purchase on it. But it's just gone through for a minor score. So peppering the goals at the moment. Jamie Marinoni with kicking in duties. Plays on now, outside the square. Put off his kick. Mark could have been paid. No mark paid. Spills out. And under the ball was Omadei. Kept his eye on the ball and took a terrific chest mark. He goes long. Puts it towards Sprigg. Over the back is Abbott. And he takes a mark. Defensive mark deep inside 50. Under pressure. Defence Kojonup. Good pressure there from Sprigg on the mark. Puts it to a contest. Omadei's there. Jasper's there. Van Verhoosen wrapped up. Umpire comes in. We'll throw the ball up. 60 metres out from Southerners' goal. 3 goals 2. 5 goals 1. Ball's 1 down. Tackle in the middle. Umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Davies does the work, wins it over to Kabassi, just chucks it onto his boot. Tonkin's there. Seaton Thompson's there, tries to get his player out of the way, handballs towards Sprigg. The ball's rushed out of bounds. Be thrown in 35 metres out from Southerners' goal. They need a goal here to finish off all their good work. in this second quarter. Sprigg comes over the top, but it lands in the arms of Hassel towards Van Verhoosen. Has it gone 15? No. Hughes wraps him up with this terrific tackle. Ball to be thrown up. This time 45 metres out from Sudner's goal. Davies does the ruck work. Comes back to Ashton. He handballs towards Marinoni. They have the numbers once again. Daniel Kabassi picks the ball up, but he's wrapped up by Marinoni. And the umpire will do his duties once again, this time 40 metres out from Sudner's goal. Can they get one with all their good play? Davies comes over the top, comes to Kabassi, handball over. Van Verhoosen's there. Ridley's there. And most players are forward of the wing. If not all the players are forward of the wing. Late stages of the second quarter. Ashton comes over the top, wins it towards Hassel. He tries to dummy around. He's wrapped up. This time the umpire says that's good enough. Free kick goes away of the youngster in Hamish Omaday. Take a terrific kick from here. It's the right side for a left footer. 45 metres out, Hamish Omaday. Definitely got the distance. Deliberate shot on goal. In he comes now. It's going to land right at the top of the square. Over the top goes Sprigg. Oh, nearly the mark in the goal square. His mother carried the pack. Caught him by surprise. They bring the ball in. This time Abbott plays on straight away. In front. Mark taken there by the veteran in Collins. Oh, Hamish. There's my fellow commentator downstairs. In comes Hassel. Draws a crowd. Ball just chucked onto the boot. In best position. The mark's taken by Travis Abbott. Pressure from Alex Kabassi on the mark. Puts him off a little bit. Spills out the back. Comes inboard. Looking for Kabassi. Jasper's there. Marinoni picks it up. Puts Pethick under pressure. And suddenly flock to him. Tie the ball up. Throwing up. 50 metres out from Sudner's goal. Ashton wins it down towards Kabassi. The umpires earning their keep so far today. Right on 50. This time Ashton wins it. Omaday picks it up. That's Will. Tries to get the handball out. Ball still in dispute. In comes Hassel. Might have tackled his own man there, Hassel. Umpire to do his job once again. 5 goals 1, 3 goals 4. Can they get a goal? Late stages of this second quarter. The home side. As Kabassi tries to break away, Alex. Umpire's called it back. Davies this time wins it down. Puts it inside 50. Socket off the ground. In comes Jamie Marinoni. Gets some sort of kick onto his boot. Favours Ashton. Could have been dropping the ball there, Ashton. And McRae, it's Kabassi, wins the free kick. Just up in the pressure at the moment. Beautiful looking kick, but it's going to land on the chest of Matthew Marinoni as he was looking for Mutter. But Marinoni got himself in best position, takes a mark, deep inside defensive 50, goes short, lands in front of Taylor. Now he's got to be cute. He's got Hughes there, spills out the back. Mark trying to be paid, comes back to Marinoni, handball out to O'Shea, chucked on his boot, finds Weasel. Now they're away on the far side of the ground. Southerners have the numbers. Collins puts the shepherd on. All's been called to play on. That was Ridley. Over to Omaday, just chucks it onto his boot. Mutter's there. Over the top comes Abbott, misses it. Now Kabassi's there. Ben Kabassi tries to pick it up, spills out to Bellotti. Gets a handball back to Jamie Marinoni. Far side of the ground, chucks it on his boot. And lands in the arms of Harry Taylor. A long way from goal is Taylor. Drives the ball long, looking for Blake as is in front. Spoil comes, lands towards Omaday. He's well tackled by Hassel. Umpire once again will come in and throw the ball up. 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. Davies wins it down. Marinoni's there. Matthew, the skipper. They just can't get the ball forward at this stage, and it'll be a foot race if it does come forward. As Ben Dottie's back. Davies doing good work in the ruck for Southerners. Goes straight to Matthew Marinoni, wrapped up by Collins. Umpire centre wing will come in and throw the ball up once again. Davies wins it down, kick smothered. Now it spills out. Umpire goes over. Comes to Will Omaday, gets a handball over. Ball chucked onto the boot by Omaday, but Marinoni playing in front. Takes the chest mark. He goes wide, looking for his brother, finds him. Now they have the players out. One of them is Peffick. Will it sit for him? It does. He picks it up off the ground. Pursued there by Kabassi. In front is Blakers. Second grab takes a mark. And he'll have a shot on goal, 48 metres out. Slight angle. And out of nowhere, Kojonup have a shot on goal. 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. 3 goals, 4-22. 5 goals, 1-31. 9 points the margin. Mitch Blake is to increase that to 15. He's got a long shot at goal. 48 metres out. Just crosses 50. He's got a fair purchase on that. Going to land right at the top of the square. Hands go up. Weasel's there. Tries to dummy around a couple of players. You can't do that in any style of footy, especially a final. And Ridley wins the free kick. He'll go wide. For the big fella there in Barnsby. He does well. Gets the handball out. Comes over to Thompson. Puts his teammate under pressure. Hayden, handball to Jackson. Looking there for Taylor. Carries him, his head. Comes back to Taylor. He'll have a shot on goal. Taylor! He goes across the face of goal and through for a minor score. And Will Omaday with the kicking in duties. Just need to hold it here. 2 minutes to go. Second quarter. 10 points the margin. Needs to find a target. Goes the far side of the ground. Looking for Collins. Why wouldn't you? And Collins takes the mark. Still inside defensive 50. He goes long and wide. Far side of the ground. Carries the pack. Spills out. Comes to Kabassi. Does a bit of fancy footwork. Out to Thompson. Handball out to McRae. Drives the ball long. Looking for Mutter. Kabassi's there. What can he do? Ben Kabassi picks it up. But he's tackled by Tonkin. No prior. Ball to be thrown up just inside forward 50. Terrific end-to-end work from Southerners. Give themselves another chance to reduce this margin to 4 points. Ball comes out. Belotti's there. Umpire's seen a free kick. And it's going to go the way of Sprigg. So Sprigg will have a shot on goal. He's 55 metres out. This will take his best. What a target he's been. Callan Sprigg. Well, this will bring the house down if he kicks. He's going to kick from 55 metres. Callan Sprigg. In he comes now. Jackson on the mark. It's going to land right at the top of the square. Hughes is there. Over the top. Abbott's out the back as a rover. Just chucks it onto his boot. Fox has got some time. The big fella picks it up. Handballs to Kabassi. Gets around one. Gets around two. Gets onto his left boot. Puts it right at the top of the square. It's a nest of Kojonup players and one of them's Abbott. And he takes the mark. Goes wide and finds Jamie Marinoni in front of Sprigg. Marinoni has a player short. And that's Jackson. So just trying to hold the ball up as we go into half-time. Sam Jackson, player short. Once again, Lucives just outside defensive 50 now. Trying to will himself into the game. And there's a half-time siren. It's a terrific half of footy. 2 goals apiece in that second quarter. Southerners had all the play for most of that second half of that second quarter. 5 goals to 32. 3 goals for 22. So 10 points the margin. Matthew Marinoni, the only multiple goal kicker on the ground. He's got 2. Jackson with 1, Belotti and Kyron Hayden. And Sprigg has 1. And so does Ben Kabassi. And Alex Kabassi has 1 as well. So terrific half of footy. 10 points the margin. 2 goals apiece in that second quarter. So Southerners will give themselves every chance. They had enough of the footy later stages of that second quarter to put a bit more scoreboard pressure on. but they couldn't do so. Abbott's been a rock of Gibraltar down there for the defence of Kojonup. And without him down there, I think Southerners, well, they'll be a lot closer, if not in front. But we'll move into half-time. 10 points the margin. Kojonup in front. We'll come back with the second half shortly. Okay. Welcome back to Pemberton Sports Oval. Terrific half of footy. 10 points the margin. 3 goals for 22 Southerners. 5 goals 32 Kojonup. So much play in the second half of the last quarter. Southerners, they just couldn't get a score, a major score. But they're getting their fair share of the footy. So they'll come out the second half. This is a big quarter for both clubs here. And without Jamie Marinoni and Travis Abbott, I'm sure they would have scored a lot more. They've been rocket Gibraltars down there for the Kojonup defence. Blakers looks dangerous. Harry Taylor gets a turn of speed, but those goals open up. Hamish Omaday come on and made an impact off the bench. The Kabassi boys, Ben, Daniel, Alex, all been terrific. McRae, Sprigg gives them some drive up forward. They're just about to start the second half. This time Spriggs in the ruck. Wins the ball down over Ashton. Socket off the ground by Gibbons towards Ridley. Could have been taken without it. Spills back out to Gibbons. He's wrapped up by Sprigg and Ben Dotty for Southerners. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. This time Ashton wins it down straight to Marinoni. No time to get rid of the ball as Alex Kabassi comes in, wraps him up. Umpire to do his job all over again. Ashton wins it backwards towards Matthew Marinoni. Had a terrific first half. Ball's going to land right in front of Will Omaday. Tries to pick the ball up. Comes off McRae's foot. Umpire's seen a free kick. And it'll go the way of Will Omaday. Just inside defensive 50. Player wide if he wanted him. Goes wider looking for the big frame of Fox. In front comes Van Verhoosten. Gets a handball out to Hayden. Tries to get it over to Jamie Marinoni. Alex Kabassi picks it up, and all he done was handball it straight to Pethick. Over to Jasper, straight up and down. Sprigg gets his opponent out of the way. Matthew Marinoni, ball goes to ground. In they come. Umpire's going to call a free kick here. Been told to get it out. That was Pethick. And Smith wins the free kick right in the centre of the ground. Tayton Smith, terrific young player, goes wide with a great-looking kick, lands at the feet of Hughes. Now in comes Bellotti. Kicked a terrific goal in that first quarter. Handball back out towards Marinoni, towards Weasel. He's pushed illegally. Free kick, centre wing, right in front of the interchange box. He'll go wide and find O'Shea in front of Daniel Kabassi. Plays on now. Drives the ball just inside 50. Alex Kabassi missed the mark. Spills over to Jasper. Wrapped up by Luciv. Comes over to Ridley. And he takes the ball over the boundary line with a little bit of help from Jamie Marinoni. The ball will be thrown in 45 metres out from Kojonup's goal. Ashton v Sprigg comes towards Weasel. Handball back out to Hayden. Has a player wide in Marinoni. Picks the ball off the ground. Clever kick and finds his brother. Goes backwards, but they maintain possession, the Cougars. Plays on now, drives the ball, looking for Blakers. Over the back comes a big fist of Collins. They have the numbers. One of them's O'Shea. Spills out to Van Verhoosten. Could have been taken high. Back out to Pethick. In comes Sprigg, the ruckman. Knocks it out. Puts it in front of Hayden. Great tackle from Omaday. Hamish. Ball will be thrown up right on 50. Sprigg this time wins it down, comes to Jasper, chucks it onto his boot, lands on the chest of Smith, drops the mark, spills out to Ben Dotty, tries to get a handball out, does so, but Jamie Marinoni's there. He chucks it onto his boot. Mark's missed, comes to Luciv, spins around one, he'll snap on goal. Luciv, opening goal of the third, goes away the Cougars. Margin out to 16 points. And Lee Luciv gets himself on the scoreboard with the opening goal of the third quarter. Mark spilt there by Barnsby, put his defensive teammates under pressure, and Luciv made the most of limited opportunities and snapped truly from 25 metres. 6 goals, 238, 3 goals, 422. Ball in the middle, Ashton wins it down towards Marinoni, wrapped up by Alex Kabassi. Umpire to do the same thing all over again. Sprigg this time wins it forward. Pethix there, just chucks it onto his left boot. They have the numbers. That's O'Shea, does it clever, wins the ball down. Will Omade in best position. Hayden gets the bounce, handballs out to Weasel. He'll wheel around, drives it towards the top of the square. Matthew Marinoni's there. In comes Ridley, handball over to Collins, and he'll go wide. Puts it in front of the speedster in McRae. Socks it off the ground, but it lands towards Crook. In comes McRae. Coming once again, that's Smith. Could have been taken high. Umpire sees it that way. And Tayton Smith wins the free kick. Changes play. Goes towards Ben Dotty. Just chucks one. Duke out. Takes the mark. Handball to Thompson. Puts it towards Kabassi. And that's Daniel. And he takes the mark in amongst two Kojonup defenders. Looks for Omade. But there's the big arms of Travis Abbott. He takes the mark right on defensive 50. Been terrific down there, Abbott. Goes short, and so is this bloke in Marinoni. Plays on, goes wide, finds Bellotti. Has Van Verhoosten wide if he wants him. Goes that way. And Van Verhoosten, still inside the vents of 50, takes the mark. Goes onto his left boot, looks for Hayden. Jasper's there. Hayden has enough time to drive the ball forward. In front is Omade. Works his way around Taylor. Takes a terrific defensive mark. Been good down there today, Will Omade. Been called to play on now. Drives the ball long towards Sprigg. Out the back is Crook. Socket off the ground is Kabassi towards Abbott. In comes Kabassi once again. Tackles laid. Umpire 70 metres out from Sudner's goal. Will throw the ball up. Sprigg wins it down towards Fox. Gets it back. In comes Sprigg once again. Umpire, same position. Will throw the ball up. 6-2. Only goal of this quarter coming the way of the Cougars. It's one out. It's going to favour Jasper. Carries over the top of him. Lands in the arms of Omade. Wrapped up by Taylor. No Pryor. Umpire to do the same all over again. Just left to centre. Kojonup's way. Elusive with the only goal, third quarter. Comes towards Taylor. Socket off the ground. Out to McRae. He finds himself in a bit of space. Drives the ball forward. Abbott misses the mark. Rare. Comes in. Forward pressure. Sprigg, Omade over Crook. Ball to be thrown up. Right on 50. Forward 50 for Southerners. Fox this time does the ruck work. He's beaten by Ashton. Chucked onto the boot. And Weasel playing in front takes the mark. Clever player Weasel, goes long, looking for Matthew Marinoni, and he finds some wheels and takes the mark in front of Ridley. Too far out to score, has Blakers, goes in short, O'Shea in best position, sport by Kabassi, holds his feet, handball over to Ben Dotty. Now they're out once again, not sure if it was meant for him, but Ben Kabassi takes the mark in the middle of the ground. Has Thompson wide. And Thompson takes the mark. And skipper for Southerners decides to go cute there to Will Omade. Has plenty of time to pick the ball up off the ground. Goes long now. And in front, the mark is taken by Hughes, right on 50. Lockie Hughes. Lead comes. Beautiful looking kick. Comes out to Kabassi. Tries to soccer it off the ground. What can he do? He'll hold his feet. In comes Fox. Kabassi's there, right on the goal square. Wrapped up by Kojonup defence. Tonkin and Bellotti. Ball to be thrown up 10 metres out. Southerners goal. Fox wins it down. Comes to Crook. Tries to get around. In they come. Umpire to do work all over again. Still 10 metres out. Fox uses his height advantage. Gets the ball around, but Kojonup win the ball out through Abbott, looking for Taylor, but in front of him is Thompson, and he takes the mark. Just forward to centre wing, far side of the ground. Decides to go short. Ball's cut off by Van Verhoosen. Spills out to Alex Kabassi. Tries to wheel around. Wheel around once. Could have been around the second one. and Harry Taylor. Oh, it's Tonkin wins the free kick. Far side of the ground. That's Charlie Tonkin. Handballs over to Abbott. Drives the ball long. Lands into a nest of Southerners play. Mark is spilt. Ridley's there for Southerners. First back. Could have been taken high. And Weasel gives away the free kick. Ridley drives the ball long. The back comes Omade, wins the ball down. Good contest. Thompson, handball over to Kabassi. He'll drive the ball long. It'll carry. How's it going to carry? Hughes Soccer picks the ball up, wheels around, smothered by Crook. Umpire's seen a free kick. Ball's through for a minor score. Terrific smother by Crook. Hughes could have socked off the ground, decided to pick the ball up. And now they bring it back in through Bellotti. Goes long and wide. Will it carry? Thompson's there, the skipper. Handball over to Kabassi. Drives the ball long. Land ball in dispute. Inside forward 50 now. Hamish Omade comes in, holds the ball up with Tonkin. Umpire to throw the ball up 45 metres out from Southerners' goal. Jackson wins it down. Punch forward. Hughes is there. Bellotti's there. Abbott's there. Just wins the ball out. Chucks it onto his boot. Lands on the chest of Daniel Kabassi. He'll come aboard looking for Thompson. Could have been taken high by Gibbons. Umpire doesn't see it that way. Now it spills out to Weasel. Drives the ball out wide and finds the frame of Hassel. He'll come in board and find Abbott. Just maintaining control. Abbott, risky kick in the middle of the ground. O'Shea's found some room. Takes the overhead mark. Plays on straight away. And Barnsby playing in front. Takes a mark just inside 50. Has players short. One of them is Alex Kabassi. Good looking kick. Kabassi takes the mark just inside the centre square. Just got there. Can get it back if he wants. Decides to come across ground. Bendotti misses the mark. Now he's under pressure. Pushed off it by Jackson. Jackson's pushed off it by Bendotti with a great second effort. Handball back out to Kabassi and they'll reset. Kabassi gets around a couple of players. Goes in the middle of the ground looking for Smith. Smith puts himself under pressure. It's O'Shea. He just drives the ball onto his boot towards Blakers. They have the numbers. One of them is Barnsby. Sock it off the ground. Ridley's there. Gets around Matthew Marinoni. Goes in the middle of the ground. And this time Bendotti takes a mark. Still inside defensive 50. Tom Bendotti been called to play on now. Has to go long. That might work out all right. Finds Alex Kabassi just outside defensive 50. Has a player in the middle of the ground in Smith. A long way to carry there. He's been smothered on the mark by Taylor. Enough for the ball to go out of bounds. Be thrown in right in front of the Southerners interchange box. 70 metres out from Kojonup's goal. This time Jackson. Davies gets in front. Doesn't come down to anyone. Bendotti's there. Shovels it out towards Jackson. But he receives the free kick. And Tom Bendotti will take the free kick. Being called to play on. Gets around Jackson. Handballs over to Kabassi. Misses his target. Both brothers there. One of them is Daniel. Picks the ball up. They are all working well here. The Kabassis just chucks it onto his boot. Abbott's got plenty of time. He finds a bit of run through the middle of the ground. Pursued by Hughes. Goes down and finds Hassel. No one manning the mark. Got a player wide. It's Matthew Marinoni, the skipper. The bounce beats him. Comes out the back. Goes straight back to Hassel. Gets around McRae. Tries to handball to Gibbons. Hughes cuts it off. Free kick given. It'll go the way of McRae. McRae goes wide and finds Ben Kabassi. Plays on straight away looking for Omade Hamish. And he takes the mark. Still 2 kicks out from Southerners' goal. Beautiful looking kick. And he finds Smith. And 45 metres out, Smith. Tatum Smith. This will take his best. We're going to kick across 50. Crook on the mark. Players back in the goal square. Looking there for Thompson. But he's picked out Abbott. And he takes a defensive mark inside 50. Plays on straight away and finds Gibbons. Todd Gibbons. Good contributor today. He'll go short and finds Van Verhoosen. Lands at his feet. Gets around Kabassi with ease. But Kabassi puts enough pressure on. And Mutter takes the mark. Wheels around. Drives the ball long. Has a player out the back in Omadei. And Omadei takes an uncontested mark. 50 metres out from goal. 45-degree angle. The first time they found a little bit of space forward. Hamish Omadei been terrific since he come in off the bench. Shot on goal. It's going to go across the face of goal. They have the numbers there. One of them is Crook. And it's gone through for a minor score. 3 goals, 6, 24. They need a major here. Ball's brought back into play. Looking for Thompson. Over comes Kabassi, but Belotti's there front and centre. Could have been taken high. And he wins the free kick just outside defensive 50 for the Cougars. He'll come towards the wing. Goes over the back. Luciv missed the mark he should have taken. Gets a shepherd from Weasel. Just pops it onto his boot. Playing in front is Marinoni. And the skipper takes the mark. Still two kicks from goal. Goes down the boundary line. Goes over Hughes. Lands on the chest of Blakers. Misses it. In comes Luciv. Got himself in front. And wins a free kick. Shot on goal. 45 metres out for Luciv. The only goal scorer for the third quarter, Lee Luciv. Nearly directly in front. 45 metres out. The goal sneak from the Cougars. In he comes now, a little bit of a stutter. It's coming back right at the top of the square. It's rushed through by Barnsby. And only a minor score. 6 goals, 5. The Cougars, 3 goals, 6. As Thompson's got the kicking in duties, he'll go short and finds Will Omadei. Plays on straight away. He was looking there for Mutter, but O'Shea's in front, takes the mark. Lachlan O'Shea, he's around now, plays on, goes inside, looking for Tonkin, sport by Collins. In comes Kabassi, puts the ball onto his boot, but who's there? The coach of the Cougars and Travis Abbott. Plays on, goes short, and finds his sidekick in Jamie Marinoni. Handballs over to Blakers. He's got the distance. It's going to land over the back. Weasel drops the mark. In comes Omadei. Will Omadei rushes it through for a minor score. 6 goals, 5. The Cougars. 3 goals, 6 Southerners. Game on here. Still plenty of time to play in this third quarter. Ball comes in short, looking for Thompson. Bounces off his chest. Free kick given away by Taylor. And the skipper for Southerners takes the free kick. Still inside defensive 50. Has Will Omadei short and finds him. Been on top of Taylor today. Will Omadei, he'll drive the ball long. Looking for the lanky framer Fox. Gets himself in front. Has a couple of grabs at it. Doing his best work on the ground. Spills out to Kabassi. Marinoni's there. Some sort of chuck out. Comes over to Daniel Kabassi. But it's Abbott once again. He'll drive the ball long. Who's over the back? Laws brought down by Barnsby. Bounce doesn't favour Kabassi. Over to Gibbons. Has a shot on goal as Gibbons. And it's only through for a minor score. Southerners' defence holding up in this third quarter. putting enough pressure on. Only 1 goal scored. This time Omade plays on out of the square, looking for Mutter in front. Ashton comes over the top, spills out to Matthew Marinoni, comes to Taylor, not 15, chucks it onto his boot. They have the numbers out the back. One of them is Barnsby. He'll put it out in front of McRae. This is a foot race. McRae and Bellotti. McRae slips over. In comes Barnsby to help him out. They've got to lock it up here, but McRae wins it out. Holds his feet. Drives the ball in the middle of the ground. They have the numbers. One of them is Hayden. Tries to handball over to Tonkin. Back out to Seaton Thompson, the skipper. Just drive it long. Brent Clark's moved up the ground. What can Sprigg do here? Knocks the ball out. Now they have numbers. Hamish Omade will have a shot from 50. It's going to get there. He'll stay in play. It's a foot race. In they come now. Pethick's there. And he runs the ball over the boundary line. Be thrown in 15 metres out from Sudner's goal. Omade got the distance okay, accuracy not so much. Ball in a tricky spot now. Sprigg wins clean possession, comes over to Kabassi. We know what their foot skills are like. Goes to the top of the square. And the big frame of Brent Clark takes a mark right on the goal line. Hasn't had a lot to do today, Clark. Abbott's cut most of the forays forward off. Kick over to Tonkin. Has Gibbons wide. The kick smothered. In they come now. Kabassi's there. Socket off the ground. Now they have the numbers. Marinoni first of the ball. Clever little toe poke to Tonkin. Picks the ball up. Over to Crook. Ball spills out to O'Shea. Chucks it onto his boot. This is going to carry. Oh, bounce in the middle of the ground and favours Weasel. Jasper underneath it. Needs to take the mark and does so. He's going to come wide right in front of the commentary box. It's a good looking kick and he finds Mutter. The big fella in Mutter doesn't get a good piece of that. Lands in front of Houston. Gets it onto his left boot as he's tackled by Fox. And enough for the ball to spill out of bounds. Centre wing, right in front of the interchange box. 19 points the margin. Ashton v Fox comes down to Marinoni. He's set upon by Mutter and Fox. Umpire will come in, throw the ball up. But Trent Fox favours Ashton, knocks it once, twice, over to Weasel. Thompson could have been tackled without it. Now he's in trouble. Spills out to McRae. I didn't see a gap there. It goes over to O'Shea. Play on advantage. Looking for Luciv. Jasper misses it. What's the ball going to do? A lucky let off there for Sudden's defence. Rolls through for a minor score. Margin an even 3 goals. 6 goals, 6 the Cougars. 3 goals, 6 Suddeners. Comes in short, looking for Thompson. Takes a mark in front of the skipper for the Cougars in Matthew Marinoni. Need a goal before 3/4 time. Drives the ball long. Mutter's there. They have the big fellas. One of them is Sprigg. Misses the mark. Could have been tackled without it. Comes over to Omade. And Callum Sprigg. Free kick. Centre wing. Front of Clark. Kicked the goal of the game so far, goes short and finds another big fella in Mutter. Runs past the Sprigg, has players short, goes short looking for McRae, dangerous kick in front of Hayden, spills out the back to Fox, handball over to Ridley and Ridley's been taken high by Jackson. Right in the middle of the ground. They need to go forward. Decides to go wide and find Hughes. Has plenty of time. Should use his leg speed to get around Ashton. Drives the ball forward. Spills out the back of Smith. Now it's on the far side of the ground. Back to Hughes. Can he keep it in play? Does so. Goes back and finds the veteran in Collins. Collins goes short. Tonkin misses the mark. In comes Kabassi. Alex drives the ball long towards Omade. He puts a terrific tackle on Abbott. Should have been rewarded. Spills out to Ben Kabassi. Chucks it onto his left boot. It's going to land in the arms of Tayton Smith. And Tayton Smith will go back from 30 metres out. Slight angle. This to reduce the margin. to 2 goals. 1 minute to go in the third quarter. The rising star, Tayton Smith, in he comes now, deliberate shot on goal. He's done it! Out of nowhere. The pressure in the middle of the ground opened up for Tayton Smith, and he made no mistake from 30 metres out. And Southerners needed that one. 1 goal apiece in this third quarter. And if you're a Southerners supporter, you don't want Kojonup to score. Give themselves every chance going to this three-quarter time, 2 goals down. Terrific finish from Tayton Smith. Fox in the ruck now. Ashton wins it down towards Hayden, but Jamie Marinoni's there. Tackled by Seaton Thompson as he kicked it. Spills out the back towards Ridley. Chucks it onto his boot. Thompson tries to get the bounce. Spills over to Kabassi. Can they get one before three-quarter time? Goes out wide looking for that goal scorer in Smith. Could have been taken without it. Picked up by Pethick. As the siren goes, I've got it as 2 goals of margin. Terrific late goal from Tayton Smith. 1 goal apiece. 1 to Lucer for Kojonup. 1 to Smith. Margin just 2 goals as we move into three-quarter time. Terrific effort down back. Southerners' defence held up beautifully for most of that quarter. Under extreme pressure, Jasper, Will Omaday, the veteran Collins, Barnsby done some good things. They're right in this game. Omaday looked good up forward. Will Omaday was terrific down back. We'll move into three-quarter time. 4 goals, 6 Southerners. 6 goals, 5 Kojonup. 13 points to margin, and we'll be back with the last quarter shortly. So as a huddles break, 3-quarter time, 2 goals of difference, 1 goal apiece in that third quarter. Kojonup 6 goals 6, and Southerners 4 goals 6. So 12 points the margin. Before we start this quarter, in the Colts, D-Mill 7 goals 4, 46. Tigers 2 goals 10, 22. So D-Mill go through to the grand final in the Colts. And in the reserves, well, Bridgetown showed their strength. 6 goals 8, 40 to 2 goals 9, 21. But Bridgetown will take on D-Mill in the reserves. And this game, well, D-Mill are already there. The next 25 minutes we'll see who they'll be playing. Thank our broadcast partners, Taliesin Lithium, Triple M Rocks Footy. And I forgot to mention our trusty cameraman and Curtis, who's doing a terrific job today. But 2 goals a margin. Close enough if they're good enough. Ball in the middle, Spriggs in the ruck. Wins the ball down, it's picked up by Alex Shabassi. First centre clearance goes away as Southerners. Spills out from a spoil from Abbott to Marinoni. Gets a kick out towards Pethick. Has Hayden. Tries to handball him. Misses his target. Puts him under pressure. But he does well under pressure from Thompson. Hayden kicks the ball out of bounds on the full. And Tom Bendotti will bring the ball in. Terrific game of footy. Trying conditions. Game up for grabs. Spot in the grand final. Bendotti comes short and finds one of Southerners' best in Will Omaday. Goes long, looking for the long levers of Fox. Carries him over the top of Crook. In comes Fox. Marinoni's there. Tries to wrap Crook up. Does so alongside with Hamish Omaday. Ball to be thrown up 45 metres out from Southerners' goal. Can they get the first goal of this last quarter? Trying to keep the ball in was Kabassi, but it goes over the boundary line, and this time it'll be thrown in. Kojonup up under extreme pressure. Fox gets in front. Over the back it comes to Ashton. Snap on goal from Kabassi, and goes through for a minor score. How important is that point going to be as this quarter goes forward? And Abbott will bring the ball back into play. The coach of the Cougars plays on now, has a bounce, goes short looking for Pethick, puts him under pressure, but on the second grab he takes the mark just outside defensive 50. Jeffrey Pethick goes long, kicks into the man on the mark in Thompson, has a player in Kabassi, gets around Marinoni, goes to the top of the square. Omaday in best position. He drops the mark. Now he has Abbott for company. Puts the pressure on was McRae. Handball over to Van Verhoosten. Just puts it into open space. They have the numbers. I'd let Alex Kabassi go for it if I was him. He wheels around onto his left boot. Puts it to the top of the square. Tonkin spoils his own player. Marinoni's there. Now he's tackled by Sprigg. Could have been done holding the ball. Another let off in front of goal for Kojonup. Ball to be thrown up 35 metres out from Southerners' goal. Ashton wins it back towards Marinoni. Comes to Hughes. Comes back over to Crook. Deflection back to Abbott. He's tackled. Comes to McRae. He'll snap on goal. McRae! The way the goal umpire moved, I thought it was going straight over his hat. And through for a minor score. All out attack here for Southerners. Marinoni plays on out of the square. Goes wide and long. Looking for Crook. Second grab, third grab. Couldn't take the mark. Ball still in dispute. Spills out from Ridley. Over to the coach and Alex Kabassi. Just chucks it onto his boot. Has it gone 15? It has, and Lucif takes the mark. Just inside defensive 50. They're under pressure here. Southerners need the opening goal. Goes wide and long. Ball spoilt from Sprigg down. Now it's just chucked onto the boot towards Lucif once again. And once again in front of Hughes. He takes the chest mark. He's got a player through the middle of the ground. Decides to go wide. Kabassi's there. And Kabassi takes the mark. Looks wide for Hughes. Carries his head over in front of Marinoni. Chucks the ball back towards Lucif. Tries to handball out. Now Kabassi's there. That's Ben Kabassi, wrapped up by Marinoni. Ball to be thrown up. Right on 50. 10 points the margin. Spring jumps up high, goes over the top of Ashen, spills out to Kabassi, wrapped up by Jamie Marinoni. Ball to be thrown up, 40 metres out from goal. And now the umpire's seen a free kick. A few let-offs in front of goal. Jamie Marinoni wins the free kick. But Jamie Marinoni, he's going to go short, looking for Crook. And still inside defensive 50. Crook takes the mark for the Cougars. 6 goals 6, 4 goals 8. Plays around the man on the mark, under pressure, puts it in front. And that pressure, Smith takes the mark. Handball over to Ben Dotty, puts him under pressure, has a player back in Jasper, chucks it onto his boot, and Trent Fox takes the mark. And for the opening goal of the last quarter, to reduce this margin to 4 points, Trent Fox, 45 metres out, basically directly in front. In he comes now. Deliberate shot on goal. He's got a fair purchase on it. It's touched right on the goal line. And through for another minor score. So the opening 3 scores of the last quarter, the way of the home side Southerners. But they're all points. 4 goals 9, 6 goals 6, 9 points the margin. Jamie Marinoni goes short and finds a skipper and his brother Matthew. Still deep inside defensive 50. Plays on now. Goes wide. And a clever kick finds Pethick. Jeffrey Pethick. This time he gets it over the man on the mark and finds the big frame of Hassel. Been good today, Hassel. Built for wet weather. Has players short. Been called to play on now. Just pops it up. Jamie Marinoni's there. Carries him. Comes back to him. Tries to get it over to Gibbons. Handball out. Lands in the arms of Sprigg. Now Crook's there. Gets a bounce in the middle of the ground. Attacked by Will Omaday, who's been terrific. One of Southerners' best. In comes Hamish Omaday to help out. Wraps up Taylor and Crook. Ball to be thrown up. Just inside the centre square. 9 points the margin. Jackson gets Sprigg out of the way. Spills out to Alex Kabassi. Has time to chuck it onto his boot. Abbott and Omaday. Abbott uses his experience and gets Hamish Omaday out of the way. Being called to play on. Goes wide. Looking for Tonkin. The ball spills out. Now Kabassi's there. Clark's there. Kabassi gets it out. He's going to have a shot. He's going to have a shot from 20. Puts it to the top of the square. Looking for Smith. In comes Smith. Lays a terrific tackle. Another let-off. Spills to Jamie Marinoni. And he finds Hassel just inside defensive 50. Has another player short in Gibbons. Over the top comes Ben Dotty. Spills out to Hughes. Over to Tom Ben Dotty. Handballs back to Kabassi. Back to Hughes. Tries to get around. Wheels onto his left boot. Gibbons tackles him as he's just about to kick. Ball spills out of bounds. Things heating up here at Southerners. Fox gets front position. Back to Hughes. Spills out to Thompson. Wheels around the middle of the ground. Looking for Omaday. And Hamish Omaday takes the mark. He'll handball over to Kabassi. Give yourself time. Snap on goal from Kabassi. Alex Kabassi and another minor score. 4 goals 10 now Southerners. 6 goals 6. 4 behinds. 8 points the margin. Terrific effort as Abbott will bring the ball in once again. Goes on the far side of the ground. Looking for Van Verhoosen. Goes over the back to Jackson. Tries to handball over to Van Verhoosen. Spills out to Ben Kabassi. Puts the ball at the top of the square. Got a spoil here, Sprigg. Makes a contest. In comes Mutter. Jamie Marinoni. Little short kick to Crook. Keeps it in play. Handball to Abbott. They've done well, and they get the ball out of their defensive 50. Ball spills over the boundary line. And right at the teeth of the defensive goal line, they've gained 70 metres. Ball to be thrown in. 8 points the margin. Sprigg gets in front. It's Jacob back on the ground, is it? Davies. So Davies in the ruck, up against Jackson. Gets front position, wins the ball down. Spills out to McRae. Kojonup have the numbers. Ball to be thrown up. 60 metres out from Southerners' goal. Wins it once again. Hughes is there. Picks the ball up. Handball over to McRae. Has time to put it in a real dangerous position. Over the top comes Crook. Spoiled his own teammate. Ball to be thrown in this time. 30 metres out from Southerners' goal. A goal here. The margin's under a goal. Jackson. Davies. Jackson with front position. Kabashi's there. Gets the ball out to Hughes. Handball over to Tom Bendotti. Gets a handball over to Ridley. Back to Bendotti. Puts a kick in short. Looking there for Omade. Carries him. Lands in the arms of Crook. Goes wide. Puts Clark under pressure. Has a player in Bellotti. He's tackled there by Smith. Back to Clark. They're under pressure. Spills out to Smith. Snap on goal. Ball's gone out of bounds. They're pressing for a goal here, Southerners. Marinoni can play on here. Matthew Marinoni, no one on the mark. Looking for the best option. Has Tonkin short. He's going to go long, right in front of the commentary box. Omade's there, gets a hand on it, wins it over to Will Omade, out towards Jasper. He's attacked there by Taylor. The ball will be thrown up. Still 2 kicks out from Southerners' goals. 8 points the margin. Davies comes over, gets it towards Ridley. No priors. He's wrapped up by the skipper and Matthew Marinoni for Kojonup. Ball will be thrown up. Same spot. Luke Davies goes over the top. It comes back to him from Seaton Thompson. Thompson with Jamie Marinoni. Ball to be thrown up. Jackson goes up uncontested, spills to Collins, handballs over to Seaton Thompson, just chucks it onto his boot. But in front is Tonkin. Takes the mark, goes long. They have the numbers here. Tayton Smith for Southerners comes across in front of Weasel. Spoils the ball out of bounds. And this time, about 75 metres out from Southerners' goal. As Clancy Tonkin now is pushed back into the back line. Front position, Davies misses him, spills to Thompson, tries to cut through the pack, wrapped up by O'Shea. Umpire to throw the ball up. Centre wing, 8 points the margin. Jackson wins it down and goes straight to Thompson, tries to kick off the ground, spills to Kabassi. That's Daniel Kabassi. And Marinoni, Matthew wraps him up. Umpire to do it all over. This time one down by Davies. It goes straight to Luciv. Spills out the back to Jamie Marinoni. Terrific kick. Finds Taylor in front of Will Omade. Drives the ball long. Has Hassel out the back. Carries him towards Blakers. Ball's rushed over the boundary line by Collins. And now Kojonup put them in themselves in a spot. 2 kicks out from goal. 8 points the margin. 4 goals 10. 6 goals 6. Ball carries both ruckman. Spills to Alex Kabassi. Handballs out to Will Omade. Sockers it off the ground. Goes in the direction of Seaton Thompson. Handball back to Alex Kabassi. Now it spills out the elusive. Sockers it off the ground. Kojonup have the numbers here now. One of them is Matthew Marinoni. Mitch Blake is in front. Nearly cleaned up by Sam Jackson, his own teammate. Chucks it onto the boot. Harry Taylor in front. But in front of him, Luca Davis spoils. The ball goes out of bounds. 55 metres out from Kojonup's goal. 8 points the margin. Ball lands short, comes over to O'Shea, wrapped up by Alex Kabassi. Umpire to come in and do his job. They've earned their keep today. Blakers does the ruck work. Goes straight to Kabassi. No prior. And we'll do it all over again. Blakers, Davies, no ruckman, wins it down, spills out the back, in comes Hughes hard, terrific young player, spills out towards Marinoni. O'Shea gets a short handball out towards McRae. It's the defence of Sudden has come in. That was Tom Bendotti. So right on 50, Blakers does the ruck work. Socket off the ground, Bellotti hanging out the back of the pack. In they come. Still nice and hard. Spot up in the grand final. Still there for grabs. 8 points the margin. Halfway through this last quarter. 4 goals 10, 6 goals 6. Comes towards Hassel. And Kabassi, Daniel wraps him up. Got the 5th ball up, the same spot. Davies wins it down, spills out the back towards Jamie Marinoni, tries to soccer off the ground. Now they're out. Handball to McRae, drives the ball long. Best position is Pethick, and he takes a terrific sliding mark. Plays on straight away, misses his kick, and finds Sprigg. They have the numbers back. He has to go short. Handball's over to Thompson. Should get it back. He does. Can Sprigg have a shot on goal? Crosses 50, Sprigg. It's going to go in the direction of Omadei, and he takes the mark! Hamish Omadei! Rare occasion, Abbott's been beaten, but this is the time to do it. Doesn't waste any time. Mark and goal to Omadei. Margin 2 points. Game on. Opening goal of the last quarter goes away of Suddeners. Terrific one-handed mark by Hamish Omadei. Abbott's rarely beaten today. Sprigg put that ball in a perfect position for his forward. The youngster didn't let him down. 5 goals 10, 6 goals 6, 2 points the margin. Plenty of time to go. Prelim final. Fox now in the middle, up against Jackson. Wins the ball backwards. Daniel Kabassi's in there, wraps him up. That was O'Shea. Umpire will do it all over again. Fox wins it down. Hayden soccers it off the ground. Southerners have the numbers. One of them is Jasper. In comes Luciv. Plays for the free kick. Didn't get it. Spills out to Smith. Matthew Marinoni's there. Gets around his opponent in Ridley. Jackson's there. Soccers it off the ground. Now it's a foot race. The veteran in Collins. Terrific handball over to McRae. Misses what he should have taken. Has time. Handballs towards Jasper. Handball back out. Far side of the ground to the skipper in Thompson. Over to Ridley. Chucks it onto his boot. They have the numbers. The ball goes out of bounds over Hughes. And Abbott throwing 70 metres out. Sudden's goal. 2 points the margin. All the scoring in the last quarter going the way of Southerners. 1 goal 4. Spills out towards Thompson. Well wrapped up. Gets a handball over to Fox. In front of Kabassi. Soccers it off the ground. Puts Crook under pressure. Umpire's seen a free kick. It'll go the way of Crook. Josh Crook. No, it's Tonkin. Tonkin goes wide, under pressure from Kabassi. He's tackled. What a tackle from Kabassi! Ben Kabassi. Can he finish? Kicked a terrific goal. First quarter from 50. He'll kick from 48 metres out. 45 degree angle.
Don't tell Barnes. He's got to be tight, switched on.
He put him in front in the first quarter with the opening goal. Can he put him in front in the last? 2 points the margin. Ben Kabassi. Deliberate shot on goal. got a fair purchase on it. It's going to land. It's gone through. Ben Kabassi. Tonkin received a free kick. Tried to get around Kabassi. Kabassi from 48 metres out. Southerners are in front. 4 points the margin now, the way of the home side. 6 goals, 10, 46. 6 goals, 6, 42. Still plenty of time in this last quarter. What a tackle and finish from Ben Kabassi. Ball back in the middle. Fox wins it down. Goes towards Kabassi once again. In they come. Umpire comes in. We'll throw the ball up. Centre wing. Kojonup under extreme pressure now. Haven't scored in this last quarter. 1 goal forward to 0. Ball spills out. Daniel Kabassi drives it forward. Ben Kabassi's there. It's a foot race. Socket off the ground by Tonkin towards Abbott. Puts him under a little bit of pressure. In they come. Goes wide. Nearly a one-hander mark taken by Gibbons. Puts himself under pressure. And on the centre wing, umpire will throw the ball up. 6 goals, 10. Southerners, 6 goals, 6. Kojonup. They haven't been in front since the opening goal of the first quarter from the same man that put him in front in the last. Fox wins it down. Spills out to his opposing ruckman in Jackson, but he's wrapped up straight away. Umpire to do it all over again. Can they get it forward, increase this margin to 2 kicks? Spills out, Smith in best position, comes over the back, sockers it off the ground. Now they have the numbers. He just wheels onto his left boot. Now it's a foot race. Kyron Hayden, pressure's on. In they come. Hayden gets around. Pressure from Mutta in front. The mark is taken by Elusive in front of Jasper. Plays on straight away. Kicks into the man on the mark. Now they're under pressure. Umpire comes in right on forward 50 for Kojonup as Hassel picks himself up off the ground. The ball will be thrown up with Southerners holding a 4-point lead. Fox uses his height, comes over the top, spills to Marinoni. Shot on goal from Marinoni. And under pressure, he kicks it out on the full. The ball to be brought back into play. Just about to move on into time on in the last. Comes in looking for Fox. Out muscled there by Marinoni. Spills out the back to Jackson. Comes to Daniel Kabassi. Manages to get the handball away. Boundary line will be the winner here. And it goes that way. As Hamish Omade sees it over in front of Crook. So 4 points to margin. 6 goals 10. 6 goals 6. Southerners hit the lead. Terrific tackle for Ben Kabassi. Ball thrown in. You wouldn't believe it. The sun got in their eyes. They haven't seen it all day. Spills out to Hughes. Just about to kick it. He's tackled by Weasel. And free kicks being paid to Jermaine Weasel. Kicks long. Looking for Hayden in front. Mark take it by Abbott. Pushed himself forward. Plays on straight away. Tackled by Fox as he goes to kick it. And it's been cut off there by Barnsby. Goes wide, really wide, could be too wide. And it's gone out of bounds on the full. And Jackson will reload for the Cougars in front of Thompson. Gets over the man on the mark, puts it inside 50. Ball spills out the back, comes to Blakers. Handball doesn't go anywhere. It's tough in the clinches out there. 40 metres out from goal. Ball to be thrown up. What can Kojonup do here? It's one down by Blakers. Ball still in dispute. And another ball up. Still 40 metres out from Kojonup's goal. Blakers gets himself in front. Comes to Kabassi, just chucks it onto his boot. But Jackson's pushed himself back and takes the chest mark, centre wing. Goes long. Hughes works hard on the mark. Right into the pocket. Blakers will come over the top. Mitch Blakers takes a terrific pack mark. Now he'll have a shot on goal from 50 metres out, right on the boundary line. And this to put Kojonup back in front. As the 5-minute warning goes up. 4 points the margin. Mitch Blakers. Tough day at the office playing on Collins. Crosses now. It's going to land at the top of the goal square. Carries everyone. Is that a mark? No mark paid. I think it was Crook. Ball to be thrown up. Right in the goal square. 10 metres out from Kojonup's goal. They need to rush it through here. Sudners to reload. Ball's thrown up. Over the top comes Fox. Still in dispute. Top of the goal square. Lucive's there. And they only gained a couple of metres. They're still in a real dangerous position here for Southern's defence. Fox wins it towards the boundary line. And this time it goes over the boundary line. 20 metres out from Kojonup's goal. Margin 4 points. 6-10, 6-6. Fox gets his left hand to it. Spills out the back. Matthew Marinoni, Jamie Marinoni's there. And in they come. They've gained about 15 metres, Southerners, but it's still in a real dangerous position. 30 metres out from Southerners' goal. Fox wins it out towards the boundary line. They have the numbers. Umpire's seen a free kick. And it's going to go the way of Jamie Marinoni. And he'll have a shot on goal 40 metres out. Very tight angle. Being called to play on. Gets around the man on the mark. Has to kick onto his left. And it's cut off by Kabassi. Good pressure on the mark. Decides to change play. Real dangerous kick. Ends up okay. Just chucked onto a boot. Now Lockie Hughes is there. He's got the foot speed. Gets a good bounce. Handball over. It works out all right. They're away. To Smith. Now it's a foot race. Sam McRae. He'd soccer it. He's got the speed. O'Shea's there. Brett Clark's there. What can he do? Soccer it. He's got it. McRae. 50 metres end to end. Hughes, terrific on the wing, over to Smith, put it in open space. And the foot speed of Sam McRae all the way to the goal square. Socket through for a goal. Margin 10 points. It's going to be tough from here. 7 goals, 10 the home side. 6 goals, 6. Kojonup have not scored in the last quarter. 3 minutes to go in this last quarter. All the goals so far the way of Southerners. Fox wins it down towards Seaton Thompson in the middle, the skipper. Fox shovels it out. Marinoni's there. Jamie chucks it onto his boot. Lucive has a bit of room on Barnsby. Just drives the ball forward towards Taylor. But they have the numbers. One of them's Ridley. Just chucks it onto his boot. Carries over the back to Hughes. He's well tackled. Terrific young player. Ball spills out. Now they have the numbers. Alex Kabassi chucks it onto his boot. Sprigg puts a hand on it in front of Clark. Sprigg comes in for a second effort. Now he has some support. As Ben Kabassi sees it over the boundary line. 70 metres out from Southerners' goal. 3 minutes to go, last quarter. 10 points the margin. Tough to come back from here for the Cougars. Comes out towards Fox. Spills to Kabassi. And he's been told he's been holding the ball. Free kick to go the way of O'Shea. Plays on straight away. Goes to the skipper and Matthew Marinoni. Straight down the middle of the ground. They have the numbers. One of them's the last goal kicker, McRae. Second effort. Gibbons is there. Does a few party tricks. Spills out to Hayden. Over to Lucive. Ball goes straight up and down. Straight up and down. in front of Crook. Jamie Marinoni's front and centre, puts the ball onto his boot, lands in front of Taylor. Now they have the numbers. One of them's a veteran in Collins. Handballs out to Gibbons, comes back. Oh, could have been a high tackle. Just reintroducing themselves on the far side of the ground. Goes short. This will go over the back. Now they have the numbers. Good handball back to Kabassi. Puts him under pressure. Smother comes. They're working overtime. The defence of Southerners. Can they get the ball out of bounds? In comes Van Verhoosen. Ball still in dispute. He'll be throwing up 15 metres out from Kojonup's goal. 2 minutes to go last quarter. 10 points the margin. Throwing up. Fox does the ruck work. Could have been taken without it. Picked up by Marinoni. Umpire will come in, throw the ball up. Still 15 metres out. Comes out the back. Far side of the ground. Numbers there. Now it spills out. Southerners get it forward towards Hughes, who's been terrific. Ball goes out of bounds. 45 metres out from goal. Kojonup's goal. 1 minute to go. Can they hang on here, Southerners? Ball spills out to Hughes. In dispute, over to McRae. Well smothered, don't know if he meant it. Comes back to McRae. Umpire will come in and throw the ball up. I don't know if I've been so excited for a Southerners game ever in my life. 10 points the margin. Terrific effort. Comes out the back towards Marinoni. Can they get it over the boundary line? All they need to do is tie the ball up. I think they've done enough. 3 goals to nil in this last quarter. Terrific effort. Ball's one in. Sprigg in the ruck. He's been good. They've done enough. Haven't played finals for a couple of years. They're going to find themselves in a grand final against the arch rivals in D Mill. Take us back to yesteryear. Spills out. Ball comes out the back. But it's Clark right in the middle of the ground. Has to go direct. They're going to run out of time. Over the top comes Hayden. Spills out the back towards Smith. Just chucked onto the boot by Omaday. This could be enough. He should soccer it. Tries to pick it up. Crook comes in. Tackle affected there by Davies. Spills out to Van Verhoosen. Over to O'Shea. Goes forward. Mark taken by the skipper. Siren. 7 goals, 10. 7 goals, 10 Southerners. 3 goals, 4 in the last quarter. All the scoring going the way of the home side. And they are in a grand final. D-Mill and Southerners will play off for the league grand final next week. It's been a long, long time. 3 goals, 4 to no score in the last quarter. The youngsters stood up, and at home, Southerners got home with a 3-0 last quarter, and they are in the grand final. From first semi all the way through to the big dance, and they'll take on D-Mill in the grand final at the recreation ground next Saturday, which what should be a ripping game of footy, knowing that they got over the line by 1 point at D-Mill's home ground only a couple of weeks ago. In the Colts, D-Mill got through 7 goals, 4, 46 to 2 goals, 10, 22. And the reserves, Bridgetown booked their spot, 6 goals, 8, 40 to 2 goals, 9, 21 to Imperials. And in the league, 7 goals, 10, 52 to 6 goals, 6, 42. 10-point leaders. Ben Kabassi put him in front in the first 5 minutes of the first quarter. Ben Kabassi put him in front about 3/4 of the way through that last quarter, and they have never headed. They kicked another goal through Sam McRae off the ground. Terrific effort. The switch play from the defensive 50. Tayton Smith, Lockie Hughes. McRae used his leg speed and sockered the goal from the top of the goal square. And that was a 10-point margin, and that was the margin for the rest of the game. I'd like to thank our broadcast partners, Taliesin Lithium, Triple M, Rocks Footy. Happy Father's Day to all those people out there today that are dads. And to my main man, Curtis here, the cameraman, thanks, mate, for coming all the way from Kojonup. We look forward to seeing you all at the recreation ground next Saturday. We'll be doing all 3 grades next Saturday, Colts, Reserves and League. Terrific game of footy. D-Mill v Southerners. It's been a long, long time since those two clubs have played in the grand final. The rivalry begins. It's going to be a ripping game of footy. We'll see you all there next week.